There are certain projects that I cannot wait to share with you, and today's project is definitely one of those projects. Look at this reindeer money holder that I created. Isn't he the most cutest little reindeer you ever did see? I created this SVG file found in my Cardstock warehouse, and we are gonna create him today. He is so stinking cute. I think it's the lipstick red glitter cardstock that just is, oh my gosh, I want to pinch his cheeks. So for today's project, obviously, I've already told you, is we're going to create this cute little reindeer. I have to tell you right now that this reindeer project is one of my favorite for the holidays just because he is so dang cute. I know, I've already told you. That being said, what I'm also going to show you how to do is how we use the pen feature for the Cricut, and we do some personalizations on the back. Look, Ashley Falco does not like giving gift cards or cash for any type of present. However, this right here changes my mind because I want to create more of these because he is so stinking cute. And I want to show you how we make this because you also need some cuteness in your life too. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. Okay, remember, crafty friends, what you want to do is head over to my Cardstock warehouse, add in to your cart the SVG file that we are going to be creating today in Cricut Design Space. Once you have the file downloaded, what you want to do is head over into Cricut Design Space and come up here where it says New Project and just press New Project. Now what you want to do is come over here into Upload and press Upload Image. Now what you want to do is find the downloaded file that you got off my Cardstock website and drag and drop it into Cricut Design Space. There is that cute little reindeer. Oh my gosh, I am so obsessed. Okay, the one important thing that I want you to know is that, because I've gotten a lot of questions about this, is that SVG files or even PNG files are looking a little fuzzy on your computer when you upload things. Don't read too much into that because once we press continue, you can rename this if you want, but you would just press upload. Once we get over here into the screen, you see how it's no longer fuzzy anymore. For some reason, that is just the way that Cricut has been uploading their files. It's really weird and definitely confuses a lot of crafters. Okie dokie, my friends. So there is a glitch within the Cricut Design Space program that is whenever you upload any SVG file or PNG file, it always resizes to a different size. Why? I have no idea. It's really frustrating because it doesn't happen in any other program that I use. But what you want to do is resize this to 4 inches wide. So selecting this right here, this little lock should be locked. You just want to put 4 inches. So your final project will be 4 inches wide by 4.5 inches tall. Okay, so technically the design process is over and all you have to do now is press make. That's how easy this file is. However, I'm going to take this one step further, and that is adding personalization. So for me, I have the worst penmanship ever. Nobody can read my handwriting. Well, I own a Cricut, and my Cricut can do the handwriting for me, right, with a little pen. Okay, so what I'm going to do is selecting my reindeer thing, I'm going to right click and I'm going to press ungroup. Okay, now what I'm going to do is taking this piece right here and I'm going to drag this over to the right just a little bit. Now, this thing that we are looking at is the front of our reindeer money holder, right? I want to put my personalization on the back. I don't want any type of writing to distract from my cutie little reindeer. So what I am going to do is I'm going to select this piece right here and I'm going to come up here to flip and then flip horizontal. Now what I want to do is I want to add my personalization to the back side of this portion right here. So all I need to do is come over here into text and we are going to insert a text box. So I'm actually going to send this money gift to my daughter. She is a college student and we all know college students are starving. So I'm sure she needs a little bit of cash. Anyway, once you have your texts in your text box, what you need to do now is come over here into font, and I am going, well, this is interesting. Cricut's new update made this different. It used to have a box that you would populate, but anyways. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to change this over into a pen tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here into these two lines and I'm going to go into writing. Now I am no longer paying for Cricut access. So that means that I need to go into the free. If you are paying for Cricut access, you don't have to do the free. Everything that has this A though right here, that is a Cricut access font, so you would have to pay for it. Like, let's uncheck free. Do you see how they have all these little A's? If you do not pay for Cricut access, you will get charged for it, but if you are paying for it, you could totally use it. I, however, am no longer paying for Cricut access, so I'm just going to click that free and then click out of that. So all of these fonts that are right here is available for me to use. There isn't a whole lot, but I honestly think that there is a better selection than having none. You know what I mean? I'm just going to find a font that I want to use. Oh, this one's cute. I like this one. Then what I'm going to do is just click out of that so that font box goes away. And I'm going to add this into my little rectangle that's right here. Now, I want the spacing of my lines to be a little bit tighter. So what you can either do one of two ways. You can come up here into line space and you can just toggle down because we want to make it shorter. You could do it that way, or I never go here because it just takes forever. I go into advanced and I do ungroup to lines. That way my first line is away from my second line, and then I can just put them together like that. That was just so much quicker and easier. Making sure that everything is nice and aligned. Now I like the way that this looks. Now remember, this is going to be the back of my money holder. So on the front, you're going to see this cute little reindeer and a little bit of cash, and on the back, you're going to have your personalization. However, we need to do one additional step because we specifically put this writing onto this piece of paper, or what is going to be a piece of paper, right? If we were to press make, what is going to happen is your writing is going to go on this random mat, and then if we go over here into this, it's no longer there. That's because we missed a step. What we have to do is select our backer piece plus our writing. So every single line of your writing. I have 2 lines, and then I have my backer piece, and you want to press attach. What you just told the Cricut is I not only want to cut this piece out in a craft brown cardstock, but I also want to put the writing exactly where I placed it. Okay? Now, when you're done doing that, you can just press make. And then you're going to have all of your pieces of paper ready to cut out, but when we get to this portion, you're going to see that my writing is where I placed it at, okay? Now for me, I'm going to make one more of these. Unpersonalized. I don't know who I'm going to gift it to, but I'm definitely going to give it to somebody, so I want to make 2 for today. Now what I want to do is just press make. Actually, pause. What you want to do is press save. We want to save our work before Cricut crashes. Okay, now what you want to do is press make. So all you need to do at this point is pull out all the cardstock that you're going to need for this project. There shouldn't be a whole lot, and you probably could use some scrap material, which is great. And then you're also going to want to get your pen for this project if you're adding personalization like me. Okay, so what I always suggest is pulling your cardstock before we even start cutting. That way everything is nice and organized. What I always suggest doing as well is putting in order what you need to cut. So for mat 1 for me, it's going to be white. So I pulled out some shed-free white glitter cardstock. I love my glitter cardstock because it is 100% shed-free. This right here is my sublimation white glitter cardstock. Oh my goodness. Every single one of my cardstock cuts like butter, but my sublimation white is definitely a fan favorite, or at least my favorite, because it's the most versatile of all of my glitter cardstocks. But this right here is so gorgeous, but that's not neither here or there. For mat 1, I have white glitter cardstock, so I'm going to put that on my very top. My second one is black plain. Now, remember what I said, that this is a really good project to use scrap material. So I just have a piece of scrap plain black, so I'm going to pull that. My second piece is going to be red today. I'm going to be using my lipstick glitter red for this project because I think it's the best red for Christmas. So I'm going to lay that down. My next one is going to be, I'm going to be using tan brown. Now, I know I said I was going to use craft brown earlier, but I think I'm going to be using tan brown for this project. And then I just have a little bit of brown plain cardstock. And then I have a sheet of my glitter brown. I think the hooves and the antlers need to be in glitter brown. So we're just going to add that to the stack. Now, with your entire stack nicely organized, you just want to place it underneath your Cricut. That just keeps everything nice and organized. Because what I'm about ready to show you is Ashley Sacco's most efficient way to Cricut craft. And that is using 2 Cricut mats. So for the very first Cricut mat, what you want to do is make sure you're selected on the number 1 Cricut mat on your computer, but you want to add in your very first color to your Cricut mat, and we are going to load this into our Cricut. Now for your second Cricut mat, what you want to do is pull your second color in your stack and put that onto your second mat. This just makes things go nice and smooth and super quick. Okay, then what you want to do is press continue on your computer. And I'm going to take out my scoring tool because we don't need a scoring tool for this project. Now for my specialty cardstock and all of my glitter cardstock, I always cut on the Cardstock Plus mode on my Cricut Explore Air 2. Then what you want to do is come over here and press the fast cut mode, because just like being efficient and making things go quicker, I always love a fast cutting machine. When you're done doing that, all you need to do is press the blinking C button. Now, we just need to wait for this to get done cutting, and we've already prepped mat 2. Okay, now all you need to do is eject that, and we are going to load in mat 2. Now for your plain cardstock, if you were using my cardstock, what I would suggest is cutting it on the cardstock mode for your Cricut Explorer 2, keeping it on fast cut mode. I use fast cut mode for every single one of my cardstock cuts. It does not matter how intricate it is, I always do fast cut mode. Then press that blinking C button. So now while that cuts, what I'm going to do is reach underneath my mat, pull out my next cardstock, and I'm going to load that into my Cricut mat. When that's done, I'm just going to eject and place this into my machine. Now remember, we've now switched materials. This is glitter cardstock, so I need to go back to my Cricut and switch it over to Cardstock Plus and press that blinking C button. Now this is why I love my cardstock. Even though we cut on fast cut mode, there are no tears or snags in any of my cuts. And do you see how small those little circles are? Yeah, cut out perfectly. Now for this mat in particular, you need to pay attention because on your computer, it will tell you, hey, wait, this right here needs a pen, right? It says right here under tools in material, it says I need a pen. So what I'm going to do is take out my pen. This one I got with my Cricut. All I'm going to do is open up clamp A, load it in until it clicks and close the clamp. Then what I'm going to do is make sure and switch over my material settings because I did switch from glitter to plain, and then press the blinking C button. Okay, now that it's done cutting, what you want to do is make sure and take your pen out of your machine and put the lid back on. These do dry out, so ask me how I know, because I've wasted a ton of these pens forgetting to eject and put the cap back on my pen. Okay, so now that that's done, all you want to do is cut out the rest of your cardstock, and we will assemble this together when we're done. Okay, when you have everything cut, all you need to do is move your Cricut out of the way because we don't need it anymore. Okay, so now all you need to do is taking one of your backers. If you did a personalization like me, what you want to do is turn this around, because this right here is going to be the front. That's where we're going to put all our cutie patootie stuff in. This right here is going to be the back, so it's going to look so cute. Okay, so what I want to do first is I'm going to just put in my hooves, the 2 hooves on the very outside portions. Okay, just like this. Now what I'm going to do is taking my face. We're only going to work on the face right now. I am going to glue on my embellishments to the face. Okay, and then because I'm extra, you definitely don't need to do this, but you could just glue them flat, the hat pieces together, just like this, just like what we have with this. However, I'm extra and I want to add a little bit of dimension to my piece. So what I have is these foam tapes. They're in the color red. These are from Nancy at Fanciful Chaos. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take one little square. You don't need a whole lot of foam. And you just want to put one down where the little brim of the hat's going to go. And then I just need to take another little piece of this foam. And I need to make it small so it can fit on a little snowball. Then I'm going to push these down, making sure they're nice and stuck. I'm going to take off the paper backing of the foam tape. Now, Nancy's foam tape is so sticky that it really adheres well to my glitter cardstock. Not a lot of adhesives work well with glitter cardstock, but Nancy's foam tape does do a really good job holding its glue. Okay, so this is going to be what my hat looks like. With a little bit of dimension. Did we need it? No. Am I extra? Absolutely. All right, now that we have that done, I also have more foam tape. This is why I glued him separately to here, because we're going to add in our money holder, right? We're going to put this right here. When you go and glue this down, if you were to glue it down already, you're going to cover up the base of his nose, which is what I don't want to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll up some money, put that here, and then I'm going to use my foam tape and I'm going to glue it down or tape it down with the foam tape to give it some added dimension. Okay, so if you're going to do it just like me, which I strongly suggest, what you want to do is take your money now. I'm going to give her a 20. I think that my starving college student will be happy the fact that she gets 20 bucks from mom and dad, right? So we're going to put that in here. Just roll up your dough, put it in your money holder, and then you want to take off the 3M backing. Okay. Then what you want to do is just place this nice and center. Okay, it's already turning out really cute. So we have this is the front, this is the back. Ain't it? So cool, so cool. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place in these pieces of brown foam. I'm pretty sure Nancy, because these are also from Nancy, I'm pretty sure Nancy sells the brown in this color in the thicker pieces. That would have been great to have. I didn't have any on hand, but it definitely would have been nice to have because these small little dots are not my favorite thing to use. I'm going to add, because these aren't very thick, I'm going to put in 2 layers of the brown, one on top of each other. The bigger rectangle squares that Nancy sells are thicker than the small little ones. I do know that. Okay, now that we have that done, all I'm going to do is take my reindeer and I'm going to add it onto, turning out so cute. So we definitely did not need to add in like more dimension, right? The file was already cute the way it was, but look what happens when we add more foam and more dimension into our finished product. You get something that stands up off the page. So cardstock is flat, but when we add dimension or extra stuff to it, it ends up just popping off and makes it look so much cuter. I love the added glitter in the antlers and in the nose and the hat because it just gave it something more. You know what I mean? It just needed, I just felt like this project is cute. The file is cute. If I were to just create this flat with just plain cardstock, but adding in the hints of the glitter and the added foam to the side just made this project just pop right up off the page. Do you agree with me? Do you love the way that this ended up turning out? I'm obsessed. This thing is so cute.
Holiday crafts are seriously so much fun to make because they are absolutely cute. Just like in a previous video, we created these really cool 3D cardstock tree baubles. Now we have this really cute reindeer cash holder. What else do you think I have in store for you this week? All right, y'all, I sure hope I inspired you to create, and I'll see you later.